All right. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. What's going on, guys? Man, I'm going to celebrate the men today, boy. I'm going to celebrate the men today. We don't celebrate each other enough. Well, you know, I celebrate you when I teach y'all this shit. That's me celebrating you because I want you to do exceptionally well in this life. And so today is about celebrating the men. I definitely want to celebrate. Everybody in the chat room celebrate each other, man. Men, we don't do it enough. On our side, I believe we do it, but there's a lot of hate across the board. I can't understand it, why you'd be jealous of another man. Learn from another man, and then teach another man. That's how we're supposed to do this thing. They won't. But my men will do that. You men will do that. And so today we're going to celebrate men, and we're going to talk about men's health a little bit. And so shout out to all the members. Thank you for continuing to patronize and support this channel and business. For those of you on the outside, salute. And so today, I'm going to expose a couple things that you already know of. Disrespectful women. I'm going to give you guys 5. Hell yeah, we in the desert, baby. We in the desert. It's dark outside. Campfire. Yeah. Yeah. It's nice out here. I don't hear no voices. Just got my Jim Beam. In the quiet. Don't bother me. It's interesting how city people that are generally from cities, eventually as they get older, they want to go to the country. And I'd imagine it's vice versa. Those in the country, they might want to try the city life for a little bit, and you'll be right back to the country. City is cool as a vacation, second home, weekend, getaway. But in my opinion, at least, the country, man, just quiet. That's just where I want to be. Yeah, that's all right. He says somebody. Hey, let people say what they want to say, man. This is let them say what they want to say. It's fine. Let them say what they want to say. You don't even need to report it, man. Men need to. This is what men need to do. Okay, while I celebrate you, I gotta school you too. Girls run like it's something girls do. They run off and gossip. Now, if you wanted me to know that, you'd probably, if you really wanted me to know and you wanted me to know about that, you email me and you could tell me, yo, I just want to bring something to your attention. But if you only knew, I already know anyway. But it's something that women do. And I told you guys, if you don't win with women, you begin to act like women. You understand that? If you don't win with women, you begin acting like women. And there's content creators that do that. And so try to refrain from doing things like studying other men's lives. They're women. The women they like, even the passport guys. Who cares? Let them do what they want to do. I still have my opinions. I see through all of that, but at the same time, a man, it's his time, it's his money, it's his life, and how he decides to want to invest that's on him. So guys, don't do that. Don't gossip. Did you hear what such and such? Who cares what such and such says? When people try to tell me other people's business, I'm like, bro, I don't care. I really don't care. It's not that I wish them to have bad experiences. I don't care. I don't care. There's too much on my plate. If you guys only knew how much I got to focus on, if I had time to focus on another man. The only people that focus on other men are dudes that don't have a life. They're not proud of themselves. They don't have a schedule. They don't have a routine. And they're often in their emotions. And they are jealous. They are envious. They are unintelligent a lot of the time. And so that's what people like that do. Let them run that game. That's their game, the jealous game, the I don't have a life game, the I don't have enough business of my own game, so I get into other people's business. And so please don't be like women. Men. See, women hoe you because you act like a hoe. I want to say that because it's true. I'm respecting you by telling you, women hoe the fuck out of you and disrespect you because they sense some hoe shit in you. And until you realize that, you'll continue to get disrespected. But when she sees this dude is focused on him, man, he's so focused on him, I need to be focused on him. I need to learn how to get focused like that. I need to learn how to get dedication like that. I need to learn from him. But if you ain't teaching her nothing but that she already does, you're joining her in the nonsense. It's inevitable she's going to disrespect you. So please understand that. Men that don't win with women act like women. They gossip, they report bad news. Who cares? That's not even bad news. That's just news. Gives a shit. If you're making money and happy and taking care of yourself and those that you love, why do you give a shit about what a dude or a woman on the outside is saying about you? Dude hates himself. Never ever go to another comment section. Anybody. I'm not even pinpointing you. I'm just using it as an example. Stop gossiping. Focus on yourself. Help another where you can. Contribute to another where you can. Add value where you can. Become so valuable that people have no choice but to say we got to have him or her around. We got to have him around. Too valuable. Be that guy. Let's move forward. Got a $20 super chat here from Mike and Med. Mike Med 48. Thank you. Some of the best game on the planet. Keep up the good work, Coach. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. I'm gonna show 5 bullet points here, but before that, let's turn the music off. Okay. We did enough of this. Enough of the music. Women today are out of control. I will tell you that women today are out of control. Now, I can see that. I talked about this the other day. I can see stupid people. Men and women, I see stupid people, but I don't deal with you. So, again, there's a difference between acknowledging that you see chaotic people, chaos in the world, but not necessarily being attached to it or a part of it. You don't have to have involvement or attachment to what's happening, but we see it. It would be a lie to say you don't see what's happening. Women are some straight up fools right now. Fools. Disrespectful as shit. Not to me. Hold up. Not to me. I don't tolerate disrespect from men or women. Neither. No one. However, I can still tell you from my observations and from talking to clients, women are extremely out of line, disrespectful, uncouth, and in a lot of ways straight up nasty. Straight up nasty. And so let them be that. Okay, understand this. Let them be that. I opened up the chat room today. Feel free to communicate. Do it respectfully. If you can't talk like a man, you will be removed. It's just the way it is. If you cannot articulate in a coherent manner, you just can't be here yet. You gotta go practice or something. So, and you must be talked to like that. You should not just be accepted. I want to say this. This whole, well, just accept people as they are? No. We won't accept. We're not gonna add to what's already not working. We're not gonna make it worse. If we can positively impact you, we will. If we see you're not ready, you just gotta go. I am not for all-inclusive Everybody's included. Come on in. We'll give you a shot. And if you don't know how to fucking talk, represent yourself, add value, you're gone. It's just the way it is. You're gone. And you'll hear some goody two-shoes wannabe nice guy say, well, there's another way. Well, maybe there's another time, but now is not the time. You must remember this, and women better know this. Sometimes you got one shot to make, you've heard this, you got one shot to make a good first impression. You can make a lousy impression and completely eliminate yourself from a fantastic opportunity that you could have seized, made money, learned game, added a skill set, improved your skill set, networked. So this stupidity has to stop, or it doesn't, and you just continue to relive experience after experience. And you must not allow it. You must shame people. You must. I am for shame. I am for letting people sit with shame. Sit with that. Take a look at that. I am for that. I said that on my show with Candace Harper. Shout out to Candace Harper. I hope she's doing well. She asked me about shame. I believe she says she's not for shaming people. I believe it's good to let people see how they're representing themselves. And there should be an element of shame. And if you don't feel shame, you generally don't want to change anything. Which is why women are acting a straight up fool today. And so are men. Because now it's almost anything is allowed. You're a man, you can be a woman. You're a woman, you can be a man. You can flip-flop, you could be a man on the weekend. I mean, I'm not saying, hey, look, who am I to judge that? But anything goes nowadays. Except if you're a man spitting these truths. For some reason, that's not accepted very well. Got some super chats here. BH. How you doing, Brian? Thank you for the 10. Just talked to my daughter about gossiping last night. She's already learned a lot from dealing with other young women. Mind your business. Good start to the show. Yes, especially men. It's such a feminine thing to do. I kind of expect it from a woman because part of their defense mechanism is psychological warfare. So let me explain something to you. I expect women to gossip. I'm talking about men. We have a physical ability that women don't have. Okay, so they have to refine their psychological game. So part of that is gossip. Okay, but they got to be careful too. But it's such a feminine quality. Did you hear what such and such? Fuck that. Did you hear what such? Who gives a shit about such and such? How much money did you make today? Huh? How's your health? When was the last time you went to the doctor? Well, I ain't been to the doctor in a long time. You're sitting here talking about another man's business and you haven't even gotten a checkup in 3 years? How much money did you make last year? Same amount, coach. You're focusing on another man? That's the first thing I'll tell people. Hey, fuck all that. How much money did you make last week? Same amount, coach. Yeah? Did you lift any weights this week? I coached a man for an hour and 25 minutes this morning. Had to come up with the bullet points. Had to set the stage. Had to do other things. Get videos together. Editing. Walked my dog a couple times. My Amazon package was at another residence, which happens where I live a lot. Had to go get the package, come back. I text annual clients who have direct access to me. I don't have time to talk about another man. Fuck other men. I don't have the time to talk about whether or not an American woman is higher quality than fuck that. Fuck both of them. Fuck both of them. Give a fuck about you. I'll get around to you when I get around to you. If I get around to you. May not even want to get around to your ass. This is the mindset you must have as men, and if you don't, you're going to lose. $20. Thank you so much. M for 17. New name. Thank you so much. Andrew says, you excited? I'm gone, fam. I'm gone. Gone, bro. Gone with the wind. I'm gone. Join me. Shame is good. Nothing is really that good out of balance. Although I can think of a few things that I wouldn't mind having a little out of balance. Shame is necessary for both men and women. And if anyone has a problem with that, they're not interested in growing and becoming better. So if you ever hear somebody say, well, you shouldn't shame, fuck out of here. You're not ready for this. Get the fuck out of here. Go suffer some more. Man or bitch, go suffer some more. If you can't be confronted, you're a bitch and you don't deserve to be a part of this conversation. I don't care if you're a woman or a man. Fuck out of here. And if you look at their history, they ain't got nobody. Nobody stays with them. Nobody stays with them. I'm single by choice. Fuck out of here. Nobody stays with you. They smash and leave. They sit with you long enough and see you ain't shit. This goes from men and women both, specifically women. Look at the results. Who stays with you? Anybody stay with you? How long do they stay with you? What kind of man do you get to stay with you? If you don't like it, leave. You don't have to be here. Go sit your ass over somewhere else. Fuck out of here. If you don't like it, leave. I say it just like that. You don't like it, get fuck out of here. Let's get on to it. I got 5 things that you could do in starting now that will prevent disrespect. Now, that doesn't mean that she's not going to try, but when she tries, she can get the fuck out. Men need to start doing this. You don't know how to act? Fuck out of here. You can't do it without sexual discipline. I'm going to tell you right now. You cannot remove a disrespectful woman unless you have a grip on your sexual appetite. Won't happen. You won't be strong enough. You won't be strong enough. Me, on the other hand, I look at having sex with women as a reward to them. Y'all ain't rewarding me. I never met one woman that had dope sex game. And I've been with her. Never. Never. I don't care what she said. I never met one woman who had dope sex game to me. Man, I used to chew bubble gum and look at comics while I got blown and shit. I never met one woman who had dope sex game to me. Never. So if you're falling in love with the sex and falling in love with an image, oh, you'll never win. You'll never win. You'll never win, men. You're never going to win. I could care less about screwing a woman. Was there a time? Yeah, before I knew better. But now you know better. See, I didn't have YouTube when I was young. I had to go out there and live and shit. And so after I started screwing a lot of women, I'm like, this ain't shit, really. Like, screwing you, like, YouTube chill, but screwing you? I lost money, I lost time. Like, screwing is cool, but what else do we got after screwing? Anything else? No. And even the physical act of screwing, at some point, once you have that in abundance, you're like, bro, chill. I'm good. I don't even want all your secretions on me and shit. Fuck out of here. I'd rather lay in a clean bed by myself with a nice meal than sit there with some chick. Nah. There's a time. There is a time you'll go through that, but you got to go through that. Hopefully you don't have to go through it too much. That's why the dudes that brag about like high body count, y'all are feminine to me. You guys are feminine men that you celebrate screwing a woman. Ain't nothing special about that. Bringing life into existence can be special. Having sex. As a matter of fact, I would actually say that having sex within the confines of marriage can be special. I believe it can be because there's more of a partnership. You guys are working toward a common goal. I believe sex with a woman where there's commitment and honor can be a beautiful experience. But just screwing women left and right, bro, I mean, it's a little exhilarating until you've had enough of that. You're like, fuck out of here. I'd rather go to bed. These women don't know how to fuck anyway. They don't. You don't. You don't. You must be taught everything. And it's the truth. Y'all don't know how to do shit. I don't care how many men you've been with. You ain't suck my dick. I gotta chill. You too, I gotta chill. But I mean this. I don't care where you've been. You haven't been with me. And I decide if you're valuable. I decide if you're dope. As a matter of fact, I gotta make you dope. I create you. So, I couldn't say this unless I meant it. I couldn't say it. I wouldn't say it unless I meant it. I mean this. I do. Doesn't mean they're bad as human beings. I'm not talking about the humanness of a woman or even a man. It's the mentality. It's the false. It's the overinflated egos. It's that when you start to question their value, they ain't really got no fucking value. They don't. What you do, listen, move on to the show. But what you do in your life, like if you hear like women and men, women and men both say that. You ask them a question, well, what kind of value do you bring? Well, I pay my bills. I have a job. I'm a nice person. That's community shit. You're supposed to take care of your bills. Otherwise, you'll be homeless, okay? There ain't nothing. You're supposed to do that. I'm a nice person. No, you're only nice when conditions are favorable. You ain't nice all the time. Fuck out of here. I read through all that bullshit. So what you're telling me is you don't know what kind of value you bring. You heard somebody else say that. You don't even hear it in this space. All regurgitation of what another man said. What do you say? And I'm telling you that I never met a woman who was dope when I met her. Did she have a nice smile? Sure. God gave her that. Her DNA, that's her DNA. Her parents contributed to that smile. Maybe she had some braces. I'm not talking about just like she dresses nice. I mean, shit. That's nothing. You guys better start evaluating honestly who you are and who you deal with and what you're attracted to. You understand that? I want to show you guys a couple videos. Let me start by saying this. Are all women like this? No. For the women out there that actually are stand-up chicks, stand-up women, sit back, relax, learn a thing or two. But this has nothing to do with you. But if there's some traces of this in your system, this is about you. And don't say, well, I've never done anything like that. Have you done a version of this? See, the coping mechanism, the cope is, I've never done anything that bad. Have you done a PG version of this? A softer version of this? You know, in most cases, one of two things happens in a relationship. It's either see, this is what you want, right? Let me show you something. This is what you want, right? Is that what you want? If we're being honest, that at some point or another, we've all wanted that, and maybe even we had that. But at some point, whether we are willing to admit it or not, in most cases, not all, it starts that way, but it ends this way. Now, that could be you, and that most likely can be many of you. Or if you're like me, and if that's not you, here's the woman. See, I always say, one of y'all going crazy. One of y'all is gonna go crazy. So it's so me, my life, it's an interesting thing because women love drama. Women absolutely love drama. They'll tell you they don't, but they do because their actions show you that they do. And they love dysfunction. But they love breaks from it just like everybody else. But women love dysfunction. And so this woman right here, while she's saying FML, she's also saying, I love my life. I love this dude. I love this man. Sometimes. But at the same time, I love this motherfucker because he helps me feel what I need to feel. He does. See, again, you could be this guy. I mean, you got choices. We got choices. You could be this guy that used to be this guy. And about 18 months later, man, I can't find my damn slide. Where's that slide at, boy? Where that slide at? I can't say, man. I thought I had this slide on me. Oh yeah, I got it. So let me come back. Let me come back because this is me. Not quite blonde, are you? More dirty blonde. My boyfriend moans his own name during sex, and it's so off-putting. He loves himself. You're still with him, though, aren't you? You're still with him. You're still with him, aren't you? You're still with him. You know who you're not with? You're not with the guy that lets himself go. You're not with the guy that looks absolutely horrible. You're not with the guy that is over invested in you. You're not with him. You're not with him. You leave him, and then I have to put. Then he hires me, and then I get him back on track. But this is who you leave. You leave him. And I told you this before, that when a woman wants to leave you, she is ruthless. I said this in a video. I hope you watch it. I'll link it down in the description. Women are absolutely ruthless. They're either ruthless in getting you. Hold on. I'm proving it with illustrations. They're ruthless in getting you. They're ruthless in getting you, or they're ruthless in leaving you. And you better be prepared for that. Women are ruthless at all times. There's never a moment that a woman is not ruthless. Again, she has to be. I don't blame her, and I'm not even telling her to change it. I'm not. She ain't gonna change it. This is what a woman is. She's ruthless. She's ruthless in getting what she wants, and she'll stop at nothing to get what she wants. And that can be a man, that can be you. Or she's ruthless at getting you the fuck out of her life. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? And then what happens is, as she ages, she just gets tired. So she's still ruthless, but it's a different energy. It's like a senior dog versus a puppy. A puppy's got a lot of energy, wants to go outside, wants to run around, wants to smell everything. You get an older dog, they still want to do shit, but they do it like at 6 a.m. Like, pee right here. Oh, can I go back home now? So that's really what happens with women. They're always ruthless, but you can't sustain a certain energy level that you had when you were fucking 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So they're always ruthless. I've seen old ladies ruthless. Old ass ladies. But they can't be ruthless to the level that they once did. Plus, obviously, as you begin to be less beautiful, your opportunities at being as ruthless as you once were won't be available to you. And this is just a fact. So it's like they transition the ruthlessness. And then they also teach their daughters, if they're ruthless, they teach their daughters how to be ruthless. Again, I'm not calling this right or wrong. I'm telling you what happens. I'm telling you this is not right or wrong. This is what is. This is what is. Deal with what is happening. Don't deal with what you hope happens. Don't deal with what you wish to happen. Deal with what happens, with what you are experiencing. Accept it, embrace it, and deal with it. Deal with it mightily, I might add. Merciless Reese L. Black, $10. Although it's my birthday tomorrow, happy early birthday. Still passing through to put money on your grooming bill. I would have dropped more, but gas prices are still high out there in the Bay. Hey, salute, man. Happy birthday to you. Leo season, hashtag. Good to see you, man. I don't know if you're still making content. If you are, go check him out. Investigate his channel. And if he's adding value, subscribe. And I know that at some point you were making content. I don't watch anybody no more. So it's nothing personal, but I don't watch anybody. Now, women, you got to be careful. Hold on a minute. Shout out to the secret watchers. I know you motherfuckers love to secretly watch. Fucking in love with me and shit. Y'all in love with me. What's he wearing today? What's his beard look like today? What's his setup gonna look like today? What kind of game can I steal today from this motherfucker? How could I hate on him today? Fucking under the covers and shit with a flashlight watching. Fucking weirdo. That's okay. Do you. Do you, fam. Got fucking cereal box and shit. I hate him. I hate this motherfucker, but I can't stop watching this motherfucker. Eli asks, how would you define ruthless? Everybody is self-centered. Everybody is out on the take. Everybody's out for themselves. Everybody, men and women both. Hang on. Yeah, we good there. We good. Come up a little bit and a little bit. But women take it to the next level. They are superior to most men when it comes to psychological warfare. You understand this? You could be stronger, maybe, sure, most likely. But they are much better at psychological manipulation. Maxwell Garcia, $5. I got 5 on it. What's up, man? I want to show you guys a clip. I want to show you this. Women, you better be careful. Because I was talking to a great friend of mine yesterday about this, who's very centered in his manhood as well. He said, women are so out of line today that we don't want this. And I'm telling my audience, we don't want this. But most men are not going to be able to emotionally overcome most of the pain that they experience due to women. Now, it's your fault. At some point, you got to see, I'm the one inviting this. I'm the one dealing with this. But I'm telling women for their protection. I'm going to show you a clip. You think this is funny. Women think this shit's cute. And then other young, impressionable women will see TikTok videos and other women older than them and see them behaving this way. And then they think it's okay to behave this way. But I'm telling you something. I need you to know this. If you're not careful, you're going to deal with the wrong dude, and it's not going to end well for you. You may be in grave danger if you just think that you can do and say whatever you want to the men you deal with. I'm protecting you, ladies, by telling you this, like a father would. You're not going to just get away with this shit forever. You're not going to get away with this. There's going to be somebody that's not as stable as me. See, me, I don't care about you enough to even touch you. Okay? I don't care enough about you to even touch you. You'd be lucky for me to touch you, honestly. However, there's somebody out there that's not experienced like me, that doesn't have my mental power. And he's not going to be able to just simply walk away. Correct. Forensic Files 2023. He's not going to be able to walk away. He invested too much money, too much emotions, too much time. He believed you. He believed in you. He allowed you into his home. He let you meet the parents. Jesus Christ, man. I've taught you guys all this shit. Watch all my Killing the Simps. I taught you all this shit. And I also want to tell men something. When you watch my videos and you instantly feel, damn, I didn't do it that way, don't get mad at yourself because you didn't do it that way. Maybe you didn't know better, maybe you knew better, and you weren't strong enough to do better. Just do better now. I know a lot of dudes watch me and they feel inferior as fuck. I know this. Don't let yourself feel something so pathetic. You didn't know better. Maybe you're not on a certain level of what you're listening to. Now you got the game. Do better with the game. Don't go into self-condemnation, and don't even go into condemnation about the man you heard this from. Be grateful you heard what you heard. Do you understand? When you watch my content and I expose your weakness, and I will, do not let that ruin you. Do not let that, don't let it anger you. Sit with it and say, damn, I'm glad I heard that. I needed to hear that. This will make me better. I'll make sure this new information will make me better. And I will be thankful that I heard it. And I wanted to say that to you. It's important that you do that. I got to look for something. Hang on. I had a clip here. I can't find it. That's all right. We'll move forward. Time to show you the clip. Watch this.
Once my boyfriend was asleep, so I wanted to go fuck my ex real quick, so I drove down to the gas station, let him cream pie me, and then I came home to sneak into bed. My boyfriend woke up and then wanted to fuck me, and he started eating me out and told me how good my pussy tastes, and he's eating my ex's cum out of me, and I never told him.
This is a horror story. This is a horror story.
Now, some of you are going to cope and say, this is just a show. She didn't mean it. Bullshit. That shit happened. And here's what's going to happen. Young women are going to hear that and think that shit is cute. And think that's acceptable. Now, I'm not saying that her going to go see another man, hey, if you want to cheat, you want to cheat. Forget all that. But now you're subjecting the dude to another man's bodily fluids. Look, I didn't make this shit. This is on the internet for young women to watch. Watch this shit.
Once my boyfriend was asleep, so I wanted to go fuck my ex real quick, so I drove down to the gas station, let him cream pie me, and then I came home to sneak into bed. My boyfriend woke up and then wanted to fuck me, and he started eating me out and told me how good my pussy tastes, and he's eating my ex's cum out of me, and I never told him.
This is a horror story. This is a horror story.
Look at her laugh. Does that look like a ruthless woman to you? See, you guys want to cope. You want to go against me. Like men want to go against me. No, men are ruthless too. I'm not saying they're not. Let's watch it one more time. Look how she's sitting. Look at her body language. Look at her facial expressions. Look how she's laughing.
Once my boyfriend was asleep, so I wanted to go fuck my ex real quick, so I drove down to the gas station, let him cream pie me, and then I came home to sneak into bed. My boyfriend woke up and then wanted to fuck me, and he started eating me out and told me how good my pussy tastes, and he's eating my ex's cum out of me, and I never told him.
This is a horror story. This is a horror story.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a fuck what that woman just said. It doesn't matter to me. Again, I'm the teacher. That doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. But it could affect you. It could affect your daughter. I want to show you another video. Watch this.
Well, I caught you lying. You got mad.
I did.
Okay, and then and when you got mad, you went and fucked somebody else.
I was mad at me.
Okay, but you went and fucked somebody else.
I did.
Because you got caught lying.
Yes.
And now this person is now.
I was mad at me.
Now this person is now texting you saying that he was with you actually all night.
He was not.
Okay, but so he's lying.
He is lying.
Okay.
He is lying. That's a big fat fucking lie.
He's saying last Friday night. What does Katy Perry voice mean?
I have no idea. I don't know what he's talking about.
So he's lying.
I think he was with somebody else before he got to me. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, he thinks he had sex with you all night.
He didn't.
Did you blow him near the couch?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he talked
right when he walked in the door.
Okay. So wait, right when you walked in, you went out sucking his dick.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he references that. So he knows it's you.
Yeah. Okay.
He's talking about being with you all night.
He wasn't.
Okay.
We didn't leave the restaurant until 10:30. You just heard that.
Okay.
Well, there was nothing to preface that.
But she didn't say that you weren't with him as well.
Call her back. She probably won't take the call since you hung up on her. But go ahead and call her back.
Okay. Now, do you feel bad at all that you did what you did?
Oh my God. Fuck yes, I do.
What do you feel bad about?
I feel bad that, well, for 100 different things, I feel bad. Starting backwards, or starting at the end and working backwards, I felt absolutely terrible that I cheated on you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you feel bad that you lied to me?
Well, I was getting there. I told you I was working from the end and going backwards.
Okay.
The worst thing that I've ever done is hurt you.
Okay, so when you got, so tell me more about the logic of you fucking getting caught lying, and then you go suck some other guy's dick because I caught you lying. How does that work?
I was an absolute whore and deserved to be treated like one. It was self-mutilation. I don't know how to behave like.
Now, there's a lot I want to say here. You cannot completely combat primal urges. We try to, and sometimes we succeed. You can never completely combat primal urges, which is why you should role play with your bitches. You need to role play with your women. You need to treat them like sluts. They must be treated like a slut. On occasion, not all day, not every day, all day, because here comes a woman who's in denial. You must treat her like a slut. And if you don't, someone else will. You need to know that right now, and I'm a master of role play. You should, if you need help with that, hire me. I'll tell you exactly how to do it. Women have to tap into their primal urges as well as men. You have to. You're going to. You must treat them like sluts. They want to be treated like sluts. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. Not with anger. Not like with anger, although you might play the role of somebody who is aggressive. But not with anger. Okay? There's a difference between me telling a woman, come over here, slut. Come over here, slut. Or saying this. I want to show you the difference. There's a different mentality, a different energy. There's a difference between me telling my woman, come here, bitch. Bitch, come here. Take that shit off. And then hearing this.
You're a whore. You're a whore. Just admit it. You're a whore. You whore yourself out online. You whore yourself out in front of your family and your friends. You're a whore, plain and simple. Just admit that you're a whore and a slut and a harlot.
There is a player way, a manly way to treat your woman like a slut. And then there is a man who does not win with women, doesn't win with himself, and therefore speaks like that. Yeah, boy said harlot. You're a harlot. Dude. But I'm letting you know right now, YouTube chill. If you don't treat your woman like a slut and you're managing the conditions, see, you're managing it. you're taking her on the ride. Okay, you're the instructor, and you protect her too. You're not. It's not a belittling experience. Again, although there may be an aspect of that that's part of the role-playing equation, but she has to have it. She has to have it. And if you don't do it, you're going to be that motherfucker asking questions. Tell me why you did this. I want to watch it one more time. I want you to pay close attention. I was mad at me. We're going to watch it one more time. Study this. Study this. If you do not treat your woman like a slut, someone else will. I'm telling you that right now. And a woman's going to disagree. I don't give a shit what you say. You might just be too old now and nobody wants your ass like they used to. And you're mad about it, okay? You'll hear a lot of men, women that pass their physical prime. They got knee problems and shit. They easily forget what they did in their 20s. And again, I'm not calling this wrong. I'm not calling this wrong. You may call it wrong. I'm teaching you what you will have to do. And not what you get to do. Not really have to do like it's a burden. I mean, you get to do this shit. Shit's fun. You know how fun it is to fucking tie a woman up, put a blindfold on her, and pretend I'm robbing the house? Beat the shit out of her man and then go screw her on the bed? You know how fun that shit is? YouTube chill. Do you know how fun that is? So it's fun. And the woman is part of it. And the woman enjoys it. And she thanks you for it, actually. Watch it one more time.
Well, I caught you lying. You got mad.
I did.
Okay, and then and when you got mad, you went and fucked somebody else.
I was mad at me.
Okay, but you went and fucked somebody else.
I did.
Because you got caught lying.
Yes.
And now this person is now...
So it's mad at me.
Now this person is now texting you saying that he was with you actually all night.
He was not.
Okay, but so he's lying.
He is lying.
Okay.
He is lying. That's a big fat fucking lie.
He's saying last Friday night. What does Katy Perry voice mean?
I have no idea. I don't know what he's talking about.
So he's lying.
I think he was with somebody else before he got to me. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, he thinks he had sex with you all night.
He didn't.
Did you blow him near the couch?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he talked
right when he walked in the door.
Okay, so wait, right when you walked in, you went out sucking his dick.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he references that. So he knows it's you.
Yeah. Okay.
He's talking about being with you all night.
He wasn't.
Okay.
We didn't leave the restaurant until 10:30. You just heard that.
Okay. Well,
there was nothing to preface that.
But she didn't say that you weren't with him as well.
Call her back. She probably won't take the call since you hung up on her. But go ahead and call her back.
Okay. Now, do you feel bad at all that you did what you did?
Oh my God. Fuck yes, I do.
What do you feel bad about?
I feel bad that, well, for 100 different things I feel bad. Starting backwards, or starting at the end and working backwards, I felt absolutely terrible that I cheated on you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, do you feel bad that you lied to me?
Well, I was getting there. I told you I was working from the end and going backwards.
Okay.
The worst thing that I've ever done is hurt you.
Okay, so when you got, so tell me more about the logic of you fucking getting caught lying, and then you go suck some other guy's dick because I caught you lying. How does that work?
I was an absolute whore and deserved to be treated like one. It was self-mutilation. I don't know how to behave like.
Now, it's only self-mutilation because society frowns upon such behavior. I don't want to go too deep today, but I can go deep into all the whys where there's no judgment involved here, okay? I'm not going to tell you not to judge. However, I understand her, I understand her. I understand why she did what she did. Okay? I want to say that I understand completely, which is why I teach you what I teach you. I teach you what I teach you. Primal urges will not be denied. I need you to know this. For you and women, it will not be denied. So you could be the one to explore, to introduce her, to help her live out her fantasy, to help her feel safe enough to reveal her fantasies, or someone else is going to do it. It's what's going to happen. Notice I'm not mad at chick. I don't think poorly of her, and I don't even think poorly of the last chick. But there has to be some sense of decency even in your exploration of sexuality. There has to be morale and a sense of decency. If not, there will be harsh consequences. Do you understand? Eric Bird, $2. Thank you so much. See, marriage is an institution, man-made institution. It's hard to be married. Especially if you marry a person you're not attracted to. If you marry them for their monetary offerings and security, just that, you're going to cheat on him. You'll disrespect him. You will. The attraction must be present. It must be present. And attraction can change. It can start physical, but then it's mental. You know, it could be how you behave as a man, how you talk to her. Or it could never be physical, but it could just be a certain way. You may not be the traditional prototype of a very attractive man, but there's something about you to that woman that she's very drawn to. It must be present. Otherwise, the women, you'll see little shades of disrespect, and it'll grow too. Be with women that like you. Be with women that are attracted to you. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Humble yourselves, even men. Go with women that you qualify for. You don't qualify for every woman, and every woman doesn't qualify for every man. Humble yourselves. Also, a big component of the problems that men and women have today is both people want to control everything. And so this is another reason why men are going overseas, because they have a sense of control overseas. You can't control an American woman, although I've been doing it forever. And by control, I don't mean necessarily controlling her every move, but I have so much influence over the woman that she wants me to have. Okay, let me preface. If you're a wise dude that's sharp, that's aware, that's charming, that has himself under control, governing his emotions and his mental, women are going to be attracted to you. They will allow you to influence them. submission isn't a force. It is an allowance. There's power in submission from a woman. For a woman to submit to you, she trusts you. She trusts you. And it's a big responsibility. Men want women to submit, but don't know what to do with the woman once she does that. I made a video on that. It's Leading the Relationship series. And so what it is, it's overseas. The overseas thing is due to a lack of control. I cannot control the outcome. I can't control the woman. So I'll go somewhere where I can control. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm telling you that's what it is. And it could be someone has evaluated their energy. I exert less energy going to a third world country where I am seen as the prize versus having to play tennis here. Some men are going to evaluate it and determine that they'd rather see you can get to Florida by driving. You can get to Florida by hitchhiking. And you can get to Florida by flight. If a man decides, I just want to fly there, while another man says, I'm still going to get there, but I'm going to go this direction, which could take a little longer. Both men got to Florida. One wanted to get there quicker. Another man wanted to go the scenic route, experience a couple of other things. But truthfully, I see under the cover of a passport bro that there is something that they're not experiencing here that they wish to experience there. And it stems from a lack of control. I believe that. Primarily. It's other factors too. But you cannot control these women. You cannot lead these women. I like lead versus control. You can't lead them. They don't admire you enough, apparently. Women, look, the truth is when a woman is feeling you, I said this at the beginning. Passport bros, listen up. When a woman wants you, really wants you, and you're that dude, she'll be ruthless to get you. Anywhere on earth. Anywhere. They'll fly 900 miles. They'll drive 70 miles one way, 3 times a week to come see you. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. When a woman is really into you, you can't stop her. She's ruthless to get you. Brolic says, go where you're appreciated. I agree. But you can be appreciated here. You can. To say you can't is a losing mentality. You can. You just haven't yet. Maybe you need to relocate. Maybe you need to get around different people. Or you can go overseas and deal with a foreign woman. But I'm telling you, you can get the girl down the block. You can get the girl upstairs. You can get the girl downstairs. You can get the girl a town over. You can. Or maybe you can't. Maybe you don't have the DNA for it. I was telling another guy this. Not everybody is dope like that. You either have, in many ways, you either have it or you don't. I mean, maybe you don't have the right genetics, the right DNA. To do this. I'm not talking about just like physical characteristics. I'm talking about DNA, personality. Although personality is cultivated, it's added onto. But you may have to go where your money does the talking for you. You may have to. Whereas there's somebody that's got enough gift of gab, conversation skills, charm, seduction ability, movement, vibe, style, and he could just get that woman to do anything he wants. That goes on in life. That goes on in life. And don't get mad at him. That's another thing. Guys get mad at that guy. You're not that guy. There's something you can do that the other guy can't do. There's something you can do. You might have more money than him. Because you weren't up fooling with chicks. Maybe you were working a job and extending your income and saving money and investing and reinvesting. So you might have more money than him. There's always something that you have that another person doesn't have. And there's always something that another person has that you don't have. That's life. That's life. Personality certainly is a nurtured thing that can be adjusted. But your DNA is your DNA. Genetics are genetics. There's some dudes walking around right now with a rounded chest. He don't even do push-ups, doesn't even work out. It's just the genes, man. You ever seen a dude that doesn't even work out? He's just built. And then you see another dude, he's killing himself in the gym. He's got drop shoulders. He's got a fatty chest. His arms are like, noodles. It's very difficult for him to develop a muscular physique. It's genes, baby. It's the genes. You are what you are. But you can still, with what you have, get better, do better, think better, achieve more. I guarantee you that most of you men are not even utilizing your genetics to the best of your ability. Most of us aren't. Most of us aren't. It takes skill, it takes dedication, it takes commitment, it takes routine. But I've seen it. Shout out to Flex Sweat. I've seen men in the gym working out every day don't look much different 6 months later. I'm like, damn, that motherfucker. And then I'm drinking all night. I go into the gym. I'm fucking veining, pumped like a different people, different genes. Some people are fast learners. They pick up things quick. Some of that is focus. Some of that is your genetics. It's just your DNA. And then there's stupid people. You've seen them. They're just stupid. And why are they stupid? Their mother was stupid and their father was stupid. Now, sometimes you can have two ugly parents and produce a beautiful child. I've seen that happen. But part of it is nature, and then it was the nurture. So you had bad genetics to begin with, and then on top of it, during the adolescent years, you had poor parents, horrible parents, in a bad neighborhood. Of course you're going to fail. Of course. You're set up for failure, rather. You're set up for failure, and the likelihood of you failing is great unless you somehow, some way overcome, persevere, and get out, and get away. But you'll always still have their genes. You'll always have their genetics. You won't even know why you feel a certain way. You'll feel a certain way. You're like, damn, everything's going good in my life, but I feel fucked up. That's chemicals too. It's your biology, but you got their genetics, bruh. You're a representation of several other people, which is why you should cut yourself some slack sometimes. You think all of this is free will? It's not. It's not all free will. $5, Eli. Powerful broadcast, no sugarcoating. What's the point? What's the point? Let's go over my list. By the way,
How long have you guys been together? About 6 months.
Friends. I'm single.
It's complicated.
I'm single, guys. I'm single.
What?
Oh no, we're really good friends.
So
silly and ruthless. Could care less how that man feels. I want you to know women don't give a fuck about how you feel. Stop thinking that women only care, and people only care, rather. But we're talking about women today, but this applies to humans. People only care when there's a benefit to them to care about you. Are there some small moments where you just feel compassion and sympathy and you just want to do something? Yes. But by and large, people only care about you when there is a self-serving reason to care about you. And if somebody sees, well, if you're going to be stupid and still be with me and still take me places and still take me to dinner and still jock my ass and still give me presents, if you want to be stupid, then I'll let your ass be stupid. Women will let you be stupid. And men will let you be stupid. Men will let women be stupid. You will capitalize on their ignorance and their naivety and their inability to make wise decisions. People will capitalize on your stupidity. Do you understand? I say this to help you. You could see the look on his face. He couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it.
It's a panini waffle, dude.
Again. But this is me.
I want you to clean your vagina.
See, you could be one of two dudes. There's one of two guys in the world, okay? And I'm teaching you this, and you know this. There's one of two guys. One.
How long have you guys been together? About 6 months.
We're friends. I'm single.
It's complicated.
I'm single, guys. I'm single.
What?
Oh no, we're really good friends.
So
Or you could be this when a woman walks in the room.
What is it?
You could be this when she comes over.
I want you to clean your vagina.
One of two guys. There's one of two men in the world. It don't matter if you're overseas or you're in the United States. There's one of two men. Doesn't matter. You make a decision. Which one are you going to be? Which one are you going to be? You're going to be one of them. Which one do you want to be? Which one you want to be?
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack.
Don't you smoke crack? Real quick, Fred Casillas, $10. Thanks again for another good sermon on Champion Game. I love the brutal, honest truth. It's not even brutal. What's brutal? See, let me tell you something. Let me teach you something there. Cheers to you as well. Thank you. It's only brutal if you are attached to a certain result taking place. I truly don't give a fuck. I care within reason. I care in a neutral manner. I can go either way. You want to stay? Stay. You want to go? Go. I don't care. I'm fine either way. You got to get to the point. Doesn't mean that you won't enjoy an experience. Well, you will, especially if you're on the receiving end. But, and she's also on the receiving end. A man with game takes care of his women. Okay, man, he does. But I said this before. The truth is not brutal. There's nothing wrong. People say that a lot. Even a lot of people in the space, the brutal truth. What's so brutal about it? It's only brutal because the story in your head doesn't pair up with reality. The story in your head doesn't pair up with what's happening. That's the only reason why it's brutal. But if you get rid of the stories, I'm neutral. It is what it is. I'm desperate for nothing. Another Coach EO quote. I'm desperate for nothing. I can do it. I could not do it. I'm indifferent. I'm neutral. I'm not thirsty. I'm fed. I'm not overly fed. I'm not underfed. I'm good. That's when the truth, you can laugh at it. See, I was laughing the other day with my boy on the phone, and we were talking about all these females, and I was laughing because the truth is funny. And at the same time, there was an element that said, hey, if they don't shape up, they're going to meet the wrong dude, and it's going to be forensic files for you, and I don't want that for you. You're going to meet the wrong man that's not like me, that won't just say, take care of yourself. Bye now. There's going to be somebody that invested too much into you, and you let him. You let him buy you gifts. You let him take you out. You let him take you places. And then you dog him out. He cannot handle that. He's not going to be able to handle that. And he's going to react. He's not going to respond. He's going to react. Fred Casillas, another $10. Thanks again for, it looks like you did that twice. Thank you very much for that. MemG, $10. Winners and losers. You don't even have to lose. You don't even have to lose. If you can govern your mind, you never lose. If you can govern your mind, you never lose anything. You only lose when there's a story in your head and there was a result that didn't pair up with the desired outcome. That is when you lose, essentially. That's when you lose. I don't want to go too deep with that. Another show. Trying to keep it as simple as possible for men to understand and digest where they are right now. Julio Chavez, $10. My snaps on the Petro coach. You ever gone to a bar and talked to a woman like this?
You offering me a ride home?
I'm offering you a lift. If, when I'm ready to leave, you are too.
And when are you thinking about leaving?
Truthfully, I'm not thinking about it.
She'll give everything to that man. She'll give everything to that man. Dude was chewing his food. I've showed you a lot of these clips before, but for the sake of those who didn't see it, I'm going to show you again. Dude didn't even look at her. He barely looked over at her. That's why I tell all my clients, stop licking your lips at these bitches, man. Fuck you licking your lips and staring at these motherfuckers when they talking to them. Fuck you looking at him like that for, simp? Chill. Fuck is wrong with you? Come on. Fucking simp. No wonder they treat you like that. Because they can sense your fucking thirst. Look at this dude, man. Look at this shit.
You offering me a ride home?
I'm offering you a lift. If, when I'm ready to leave, you are too.
And when are you thinking about leaving?
Truthfully, I'm not thinking about it.
Two types of men in the world. I'm telling you right now. It's two types of men in the world. And I've already told you what they are. Decide. And look, some of you might say, well, I'm 5'3", I'm 5'4". I can't be like that. Bullshit. There's a 4'11" chick somewhere that will look up to you. And you little short Mighty Morphin Power Rangers can go live a dope life somewhere. And have little Mighty Morphin Power Ranger kids. And one of them probably be taller than you and look down to you and shit. Good. See, the problem is you want one of them women that you ain't gonna get. But there is a woman about 4'11" that can chill, that can roll with you at 5'4". And you got some game. You got your shit together. You're looking in the wrong places. You're looking in the wrong places. Number one, don't be a deceiver. If you deceive, you shall be deceived. If you want to eliminate disrespect, don't deceive yourself. Start with the self and then with people. I don't deceive. Being a simp, you're a deceiver to yourself and to women. Being a nice guy, I want to be a nice guy. You ain't no nice guy, bro. You got a motive. Fuck out of here. No nice guys. There's no nice people. Those people are the guys that'll fucking rob you. They tell you, I'm a nice guy. You ain't no nice guy. You got a motive. You got a motive. And you go indirect, passive aggressive. And so the first one, because we're an hour and 30 minutes in, just about. Don't be a deceiver. You'll notice. The less bullshitter you are, the less bullshit you'll get from other people. And the less bullshit you will accept from other people. Number two, learn how to categorize women appropriately. I've seen too many men, like, you're falling in love with, like, fucking bartenders and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You going sitting at the bar and shit, waiting for her to get off. Tipping her like fat and shit, like $300 every time you go. And then you become like you ever see those guys that sit at the bar that want a bar chick and they become like the bodyguard, like they could become security. They start trying to throw guys out. Hey, watch how you talk to her. Fuck out of here, you fucking simp. Like, learn how to categorize women appropriately. There are certain women that you don't need to judge them, but they're not long-term potential. And stop trying to make them long-term potential. They are for fun. They are for fun. They are for right now. They are for the night, maybe. They could be for summer, but they are not forever. Not every woman. Women have to be placed in a category. And it's sometimes due to your thirst, and that beta blood circling your system, that you go try to take some bar chick out of the bar. Let me tell you something right now, simps. You can't take a bar chick out of the bar. That's her life. You know how hard why do you want that burden? Take it. I want to give you a better life. She don't want a better life, fam. She don't want a better life. She wants the bar life. She wants the slang drinks. Let her. You don't got to judge her. Let her. See, you're after. I used to tell chicks that used to work at Hooters, hey, when you close up tonight, bring a couple bottles from Hooters and bring it over. She would do it. I'd slam her. I never made her my wife. She's a Hooters chick. Now, there are a few exceptions, but they still need to, not really. There's a chick who's been a bartender for 10 years and beyond. She ain't getting out, fam. She's not getting out. Don't try to take her out. And then there's a girl who's in college. There's a girl in college that might be serving food, maybe in the restaurant service industry of some sort. She might even bartend. But she's there like studying and shit. She like works the daytime shift. Like she got her books and, you know, she's there is just to make a little money and then she's going to transition. There may be a shot there. But a chick that's her career, bouncing bar to bar, you got no business trying to take her out of that bar. Let her stay there. That's where she wants to be. Is it wrong if you try to save a motherfucker that don't want to be saved and then they later show you, I never wanted to be saved? It sounded good. I tried it, but I got that itch. I needed to be out. I needed to be validated by guys that come to the bar. I just want to be in a different environment. I don't want to be in your house. I don't want to be in your bed at midnight. I want to be out. So is it their fault? You wanted to make them into something they are not? That they don't wish to be? No, that's on you, simp. And you'll learn. They don't want, dude, there's a rush in the bar for them women. It's a rush. They don't want to leave that rush. And you shouldn't take them away from that rush. And the worst thing you could do is say, I can give you a better life than this. You don't have to work. You can stay home. Bro, she wants to be out. That's a woman that you have some relations with, and it ends. You don't fall in love with her. Learn how to categorize women. They do it to you all day, every day. And if you do this appropriately, you'll notice you won't get disrespect from women. It's when you try to take a woman and force her into a category is when the disrespect comes. But if you actually treat a woman in direct accordance with who she wants to be, you got no problems. You have no problems. It's so simple. If you treat a woman how she wants to be, you won't have problems with that woman. Try encouraging change. Try it. Try to paint a picture of a beautiful life in the suburbs somewhere with a white picket fence. She's going to sabotage the situation. She will. And it's not her fault. Not entirely. She shouldn't have went into it. But how could you expect a woman to make a sound decision? They do occasionally, and they don't a lot of the time. So it's not really her fault that you try to domesticate a woman who didn't want to be domesticated. Start categorizing these women. That's number 2. You're going to notice again, if you don't try to change them, the disrespect will be limited. Number 3, it's a must. You got to discipline your sex drive. Without this, you'll always be a tormented, unsuccessful man that just has loss after loss. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Without sexual discipline, there's a time to have sex. The body wants sex. The body wants sex. So you got to understand that. You almost have to step away from yourself. The body wants sex for procreation. The body does. What you add on to that is your control, okay? What you add on to what the body wants. The body wants sex for the purposes of procreation. But you can work up a habit of just always wanting sex. That's outside of the body's natural functions. Now, there's a psychological need that has been developed. It's a psychological need, which is you have control, some control over that. Learn how to control that. If you don't, you're always going to lose, because it is a woman's number one weapon is sexuality. It is. As much as they don't want to be treated as a sex object, if you watch them closely, not all, but the majority of women, they know that's their weapon. They know if I show some breasts, there's a simp that's going to chase me. They can't tell you that, though. They have a hard time telling you that. But if you watch them close enough, everything they do is to lure a man, is to lure the attention, to garner the attention of a man. Everything. And even for men they don't necessarily want you. This is another pivotal point. They do this for attention, but they don't want you. See, you think, oh, she wore that, she must want attention. And then you give her some attention and she receives your attention. She doesn't want you. She wants your attention. So you got to be careful. Women live for attention. They live for it. It's embedded in them. It starts young. It actually starts young. This isn't something that starts at 18. It starts at 2. Sexual discipline is a must, or you'll always lose as a man. You will continually be disrespected. Another, let me just go back to sexual discipline. Don't give sex to women all the time. Your main chick, don't give them sex all the time. Don't. Absolutely not. They must earn it. You grow contempt. There is a level of contempt that derives from anything you have at your beck and call. You know this as a man. This isn't just a woman thing. This is a human thing. But you need to know that anything that you can have whenever you want, you grow contempt for that. You become disinterested in that. You do. Do you not? And women are especially, it's like escalated for women. So the worst kind of guy is a guy that wants to smash his girl all the time. She knows this motherfucker's a simp. This guy is hooked on my body. This guy's hooked on my body. He's hooked on the sensation of sex. And she will punish you. A woman will punish you. If once she detects your weakness, especially around sex, she's going to punish you. Not because she wants to. She doesn't necessarily want to, but her ruthless nature will come out. Am I lying? Am I lying? The sexual discipline, number 3. Without it, nothing else matters. Without it, nothing else matters. Number 4, and this is crucial, and I coached a guy yesterday, and I encouraged him to end his relationship because the woman's about to. The woman his woman was trying to, indirectly, passive aggressively, trying to cause a disruption to what they have. I said, forget all that. End it. End it. End it before she does. You know why most women initiate divorce? Men get complacent. Men just, I'm good. I'm good. She's not good. She's never good. She's not good. Want to deal with a woman? They're never good. Want to deal with a woman? They're never good. You must have skills to deal with women. You must know how to manage yourself and manage women. They're never good. You're good. You can sit in your little recliner and watch the ball game and you're good, right? She's not good. She's in the kitchen, not good right now. And she is trying to conjure up a story in her head to justify her departure from you. She's looking for any reason to justify her next move. And women are really good at that. I've had women that were in relationships and they text me, "Can I see you tonight?" And I always knew she started a fight with that boyfriend so she can come see me. And guess where she was in about 3 days? After she got her fix, her little bump. Send her right back home. Now, I don't want to scare you, because that could scare you. Don't go start accusing your women. Your woman might not be doing this yet, or she might not be doing it now. She might have went through a season of it, and so she's good for a while. Or she hasn't done it yet, but continue to be good and understand. Just keep being good without the understanding that she's not good. Keep doing that. She'll go through a season. See, I laugh at it because I don't give a shit. I laugh. If this is, hopefully you get to the point where you can laugh. I hope. Bro Life, $5. Thank you so much, bro. So I told this guy, end the relationship. She's about to end it anyway, or she's going to cheat on you. She'll cheat on you. I didn't say that. I thought it. I did ask him, do you think she's cheating? He said no. Maybe not yet. But she's getting an itch, though. Anytime a woman is causing argument, like there's a lot of arguments. Now, not every time. There's times where you're just not being what you said you would be, and she's frustrated with you, okay? I'll get to that during leading the relationship. This is not a leading relationship, okay? This part of it, but there is a time where a woman is just genuinely frustrated with you, and she is bringing things up because she wants you to address them. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about where you got a woman who's getting an itch because she wants to escape. And so she will start a fight with you. And she will make it sound like it's your fault. Or she might say, I'm not good enough for you. Something like that. Self-deprecation might take place. And that might be enough for her to rationalize and to accept her next move. End the relationship. You know why women divorce you? You won't divorce them. That's why they divorce you. You won't divorce them. You won't leave them. You won't leave them. And so when I hear guys say, well, 70% of divorces are initiated, of course, because you won't leave. I encourage this man, end the relationship. End it. We'll see if he does. I'll hear from him later in the week. I like that guy as well. You must be willing to walk immediately if need be with a woman. Immediately. You must be willing to break it off without any warning for inexcusable behavior. I don't care how good it's been. I don't care how good it's been. If there's an act of betrayal, you must be willing to walk immediately. That guy surveying his wife, why'd you do this? Give me the logic. He still wants her. He still wants her. Or he was preparing himself for court and he was filming her so he could show the judge. That I agree with. If you are unwilling to walk and a woman knows he won't leave, she is going to disrespect you. It's going to happen. If a woman can sense he won't leave, she's going to disrespect you. It's going to happen. If a woman knows, I'm kind of lucky to be with this guy, to be honest. Like, I'm privileged to be with this guy. Could have any woman he wants. He wants me. This guy could have any woman he wants. He picked me. He selected me. That doesn't mean she's still not going to make mistakes. She will. But she will apologize for those mistakes. She will. A woman that feels privileged and fortunate to have you, even when she messes up, you'll find a quick sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But a woman that doesn't feel privileged to be with you, she knows you can't leave, and she will torment you. She will. She's going to torment you. You must be willing to walk immediately. I'm not even talking about like, let me think about it. I'm talking about depending on it. Now, don't leave for just anything, okay? Let me make sure I say this because, again, part of leaving the relationship, don't leave for just anything. People are human and we're imperfect and we're not always going to do everything right. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about for some major betrayal, something that you've talked to her about maybe a couple times, and maybe you told her, this can't happen again. Let me ask you a question. If you're underperforming at the job and they bring you into the office or they bring you in and they're doing an eval and they tell you this can't happen anymore. This can't happen anymore. And it happens again. Do they keep you? No, they fire you. They fire you. And it's not because they wanted to fire you. You underperformed. You weren't capable. It's not that people don't hire to fire. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of money to hire and fire. You know how much money it costs to hire people and train them? It costs money. People don't want to hire you to fire you. They fire you because you ain't shit. That's why. They fire you because you didn't rise to the occasion. You ain't shit. You're not disciplined. You're irresponsible. You're immature. People don't hire you to fire you. They hire you because you ain't shit. That's why. Or pardon me, they fire you because you ain't shit. And so you need to be like an employer. We're happy to keep you. We're happy to give you benefits. We're happy to give you raises. We're happy to reward you. We're happy to help you feel included. We want you to be part of the process. You're a valuable component. But if you lose your mind somehow, you're fired. You got to be willing to fire a woman at any time. But again, not emotionally, not because you're just angry. Be just. Be just. I ask men, because we're getting close to the end, I ask that you be just. You be fair. A king is fair. A king is just. Be just. Be justified in your decisions. But some things are grounds for immediate dismissal. And you know what those things are. And if they continue to happen, you must remove her immediately. No amount of texts and calls and crying and pleading is going to change. Can I ask you a question? Have you ever been fired? Did they ever take you back? When you're fired, do they take you back? Do they take you back in 3 months? Do they? Maybe you're going to hear somebody come over here with some one-off experience. They took me back. In general, when you get fired, do they take you back? So why would you take back a woman who disrespected the program, who disrespected you? I'm not talking about little disrespects, because there are habits that people have that you could see as disrespect, but she just needs more time. Be a just boss. Be a just man. Be just. Allow grace period in some situations. Or have zero tolerance like the casino. You could have zero tolerance like the casino. Or maybe at some point in your life you don't have enough time to dedicate to like teaching and coaching and cultivating a woman. So at that time in your life you might have zero tolerance. Nah, bye. Got more women in line. See ya. And then you might get to a point where you're a little more liberal. I could coach her a little bit, give her a little more time, 90 days, probation. We'll see what she does. But always be just. But you know when an act of betrayal, she knows what she did. She did. It wasn't a mistake. There are no mistakes. There are decisions we make, and there are consequences. There are no mistakes. There are just decisions. I don't call there are no mistakes. There are decisions you make. I remember in the line Unfaithful, he told the lady he was having an affair with, there are things you do and there are things you don't do. There are things you do and there are things you don't do. Go back to your suburban carpool. And you know what happened to him? Messing with a man's wife. Watch that movie, Unfaithful. Watch it tonight, if you haven't seen it. Richard Gere, Diane Lane. Number 4, you must be willing to walk in. Number 5, invest in accordance with value received. Like I told you, y'all just want to smash all the time. For what? What'd she do for you? What has a woman done for you to get your pumps? Look good? She looks good for everybody. Put cocoa butter cream on her legs and shit? Does that for everybody. Does that for herself? Does that for everybody. She gonna do that for the next guy. She didn't do that for you. I'm serious. This is why you go crazy. This is why women disrespect you, because you didn't make them earn anything. And naturally, when you get something for free all the time, there was no effort, you will take that for granted. It's human. It's human nature. Men do it too. We're talking about women today. Women have a tendency to respect men that make them earn everything. I want to repeat that. Women have a tendency to respect men that make them earn everything. And women have a tendency to disrespect men that give them everything. Invest in a woman in accordance with value that she gives you. As a leader, we have a lot of value. If you're a strong leader and a man of means, and means is not just like financial means, but I'm talking about wisdom, security, physical security. There's a lot of mean. You're a man of means. We have a lot to give a woman, but it's your job to position her to invest into you. Make her earn everything. Even them pumps, y'all so thirsty to smash these women. It's embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed, content creators, that you're gloating about a body count. You should be embarrassed. You're a sucker and you're a woman, in my view. Men that are thirsty to have sex all the time, don't trust them. Dating coach, all he talks about is getting women. I'm not a dating coach. Don't put me in that category. I'm not a sucker ass dating coach. I'm not. I talk to you about your psychology, human psychology. Any man that is praising, man, I've been with hundreds of women. I can't even remember. It was a fucking waste of time in a lot of ways. I don't regret it. It is what it is. But if I could roll back the tape, I'm not doing a lot of that stuff. You shouldn't even give women sex for nothing. They should perform tasks for you. At the very least, be extremely appreciative of your time and your words and your accommodations. If you sense any ounce of disrespect coming out of that mouth, don't give her nothing. Give her nothing. Only for the willing. Welcome back. Thank you so much for a $100 super chat. You're becoming very regular here. Thank you so much. Excellent broadcast today, Mr. EO. Great energy with today's value. Cheers to men being a fair king and a man of means. Absolutely. I got a button. I make buttons, special buttons for those that contribute to me, that are valuable to me. I want to be valuable to you. I want to make you feel good when you come over here. I do want that. Here we go. See, if you notice, I teach everything from a position of strength. None of this is a complaint against a woman. I don't care. I'm warning her, you're going to find the wrong dude that doesn't have my mental power, doesn't give a shit if he has you or doesn't have you. He ain't gonna I don't give a shit. But you're going to find somebody who really gives a shit that he spent some time with you. And then when you decide to just get rid of him, he's not going away so easily. And so I'm protecting you and telling you this. You think that behavior is cute? It's going to get you in trouble. Big trouble. Just like the review of the woman I did the other day that was with the other simp. And she had an attitude with the cop. She met the wrong cop. That cop was not fucking with her. And you contribute to this mess if you bother with ain't shit women. You contribute to it. You grow it, actually. You extend that behavior by liking their photos, following them. Why do you want to do that? I'm telling you right now, invest in direct accordance with the value that you receive. We're valuable men. We'll be happy to be good to you, women. We'll be happy to. Let me say this. We're happy to be good to a good woman. We're happy to bring you in. We're like a job. There's a foundation here. There's opportunity here. There's safety here. There's a controlled environment here. That's what a real man is, okay? There's good habits here. Now, obviously, you're not going to bring a woman with bad habits who wants that life. You don't bring her in, okay? She stays outside. You might see her outside. Hotel room. But she don't get in. That's your responsibility. You have to know where to place them. But even when it comes to sex, you're so thirsty, you men. You're so thirsty. And she knows it. She can smell it, and she's going to leverage that. Make them earn your pumps. I've coined the phrase reward pumps. You only get pumped by reward. You ain't getting it just because. I don't want you like that. I don't want you like that. Francis, $20. Life-changing wisdom, brother. Great show today. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to help the men out. You don't see it. I hope you see it. There's two types of men in the world. There is. You saw them today. Omni Roma, welcome aboard. Another phenomenal contributor to this channel and this mission. You will have a steak dinner by the end of the year on me. Picked up. No women. Don't need women there. I'm picking you up. Dinner on me. It'll happen by the end of the year. You've been very good to me, and I appreciate it. Shout out to to all the champions who don't tolerate disrespect from anyone, not just women. Facts. It's not just women. You know, one of the worst guys. Let me celebrate Omni Roma before I continue. That's a great comment, by the way. Excellent comment. All your comments are dope, man. I mean that. Omni Roma, thank you so much for that, man. Appreciate you and everything you do. All the guys that support, all the women that support. There ain't that many women. Although our percentage is rising. We're up to 4.2% of women. Doesn't seem like a lot, but there are more women watching. I mean well when I do this, ladies. I don't get off on this. I don't get off on just talking like this. But I must give it to you straight, like almost like a father would, for your protection. You cannot just continue this type of living. You're going to come across the wrong dude. And you're going to experience harsh consequences, and I don't want that for you. I don't want it for the man either, because he ruins his life too, acting in this manner. Behaving in this manner, emotionally reacting, because he will come to his senses and he'll realize after the crime has been committed or whatever the action has been performed, why the fuck did I do that? But it's too late. And I'm trying to build up your mental, guys, your emotional and your mental. I'm trying to help you govern that to a point where you can't be penetrated by these things. And I do want women to do better for themselves and for men. Women say they don't want men, they do. When a person says, I don't want to be in a relationship, it's one of two things that's happening. Either they recognize that right now is not a good time for them to be in a relationship because they don't have the desire nor the time to dedicate what it's required to give a relationship what it needs to sustain. That's one person. But they'll eventually get into one, but not this time. And then there's another person who says, I don't want to be in a relationship. That's because you failed at all your relationships. And so naturally, you don't want to be in a relationship because you can't win at them. That's why. Nobody stays with you. Nobody stays with you. I'm not forgetting any obvious, bro. You please be careful how you speak over here. And I mean that. I ain't forgetting shit. A real man? Let me talk to you about a real man and his fucking money. A real man will pay a bitch to leave. Take all this furniture. Take this shit. Fuck out of here. I don't want you in my sight no more. But only a bitch ass dude is going to complain about that shit. Pay her to get the fuck out of here. Learn from it. Learn from it. I made a video a while back, years ago, where I said you need to have game when you're even leaving a woman. Baby, I'm going to set you up. I got you. Your next place, I got you. Take care of your furniture. You're not going to be left high and dry. I got you. The problem is you men want to leave your women high and dry and you want to get emotional, and that backfires. See, you could take care of your women on the way out. You don't want to do that. You're too emotionally attached. You're too sensitive. Too much of a bitch. Why can't you just go, listen, this relationship has transitioned. We're not going to be together anymore in the way that we've been together. However, we're going to separate, but I'm going to make sure you're okay. You'll have some furniture. You'll have your needs. I got you. You're supposed to be gaming your woman all the time. And by game, I don't mean necessarily manipulating. Take care of her. Why is it y'all hate each other? You've been married for 20 years. Now you hate each other. Like, things change, man. Fuck out of here with that sissy ass talking point. Remember, I see what you see, but I don't experience what you experience. I'm not weak. I am not a weak fucking man. And I'm not talking to Kane. Is that his name? Kane, I'm not talking to you right now. I'm speaking as a whole. I see what y'all see, but I don't experience that shit. And I hope that you can get to that point. That's why I'm telling you this. Learn how to see, but don't attach. Don't create some sort of identity from what you're seeing. Lord Jefferson, thank you for the contribution. I'd rather adjust to your absence than be bothered by your presence. Another quote by somebody else, but, you know, I understand. To Brolick's point, a person could be both. Yes, you could be both, but you could be both. You could be. But most of the time, it's one or the other. You have to know where you're at. Being in a relationship is like another job. It takes maintenance. It takes talking every day. It takes great communication. It takes leadership. It takes some sacrifice. It does. You ain't going to just get your way all the time. Whoever tells you that's lying. Now, you can get your way most of the time, but there are times where another person's needs you must accommodate, and you should want to accommodate, especially if they're good to you. But being in a relationship requires skills, a skill set, and great management skills and great communication. Don't think if you just get in a relationship, oh, this thing will take care of itself. No, it's not going to take care. It will not take care of itself. It will not take care of itself. Relationships are a burden. If I'm going to be honest with you, as much as they can be an enjoyable experience, simultaneously they're a burden. And if you're honest with yourself, you can admit that. It can also be both. It could be, I enjoy this, but simultaneously it's also a burden. Relationships are a burden. They are. They are a burden. But sometimes the burden, you see the silver lining within what appears to be the burden. Sometimes the burden is worth it. Sometimes it can be worth it. What it is, it's time consuming. It can be tiring. So in a sense, it's a burden, but sometimes it's worth it. If you're with the person, if you're with the right person, although you're tired, and although it can be burdensome to you, it can also be worth it simultaneously. But I want you to know that any relationship for a long time is a burden. And any man and woman who are honest can admit that. And that is true. Two things can be true at the same time. That's true. It doesn't make it ultimate truth. It makes it a person's truth. That's another thing women seem to do, and men are doing this. Well, I want to live out my truth. That's your truth. That ain't got nothing to do. Your truth ain't got nothing to do with me. Your truth doesn't align with what I'm looking for. See, women, you need to understand this. What you think about yourself may not matter to another person, and you must know that. Don't expect other people to see value in you just because self-belief. I got a video coming out. You'll hear life coaches and gurus and shit. They talk about the importance of self-belief. Self-belief. Actually, I took a note. Self-belief can only go so far. Self-belief is a feeling. Self-belief is actually a feeling. That's all it is. Now, that feeling can work for you. It certainly can. But self-belief by itself won't take you very far. There must be action behind self-belief. Women oftentimes have self-belief with no action. Men, don't be a man with self-belief with positive inner dialogue, but nothing around you proves that. You won't be taken seriously. You'll be just like a woman who says, I got all this value, but you look at her, look around her, look at her friends, look at everything. She ain't got no value to be found. And I have a quick bonus. This is very important. You need to understand this. You can't start weak, then become strong, like at the midway point or after finding a coach or some shit. It's highly unlikely that if you start very weak, because remember, when you meet people, we're signing these silent contracts. I agree to this energy. I agree to this behavior. I agree. But when you shift that up, there's a break in the contract. You can't start weak, then become strong and expect her to respect you. The tone set from the beginning is extremely important. Move on and start fresh elsewhere. If you started weak with a woman and she's disrespecting you, it's highly unlikely you're never going to turn that ship around. It's how she sees you. It's how she signed up for that weak man. As a matter of fact, she doesn't even want a strong man, not from you. She doesn't even want a strong man from you. You could get strong and she don't want it from you because she didn't sign up for a strong man from you. But the next guy, though, if he starts strong, she'll respect him. But with you, she'll always have that image of how she sees you. And there's very little that you can do to change that. So what you should do is recognize that you started weak and move on and start fresh somewhere else with someone that doesn't know you. And when you meet them, you start strong. And by strong, I don't mean demeaning and disrespect. I mean firm, assertive, knowing what you want, balanced, disciplined. If you started weak and goofy and silly and simpish, you'll never be a man to her. Never. Never. And even if you become a strong man, with that woman, you'll always be a bitch. With that woman. That's something you're going to have to come to accept. It's not easy. It's not easy. I worked with many clients who tried to get exes back. Bro, it's too late. That is over. But another woman, you might have a shot with. Guys, that's my time. I hope this broadcast added value to you. Men and women both. There's something to learn here, women. A lot to learn, and there's a lot to learn from men. I'll see you guys in the next video.